Final Fantasy XIV Online, where last time we completed Stormblood. We at least got the end credits for it. I have not seen the opening for Shadowbringers yet, so we'll see if that shows up soon. But last time, most of our Scion friends have been spirited away, I suppose is the best term for this. The only ones that have not are Tataru and no, I'm blanking on her name. Gosh darn it. I'm the worst. Freaking Kryl. There we go. Kryl. My gosh. Kryl and Tataru are the last of the signs that have not been soul siphoned. Alize has been the last to be, unfortunately. And in the midst of our last attack, we have been told to go to the Crystal Tower, which was one of the last raids of the A Realm Reborn end game raids, which we kind of shed away because the magics, the technology, the whatnot within the tower was too much for the current day, that it would be misused. We weren't ready for it yet. I'm wondering if the throw open the gates that have been repeated to us over and over might refer to the Crystal Tower to open it back up. I don't know. We'll see. Also, Garlean Empire renewed efforts towards conquering the realms. They pretty much mask off. They are just coming out and saying, yeah, they were created by the Ascians, back in the day, and that they are pretty much an agent of chaos. I don't know. I'm assuming it's going to be opening the gates of the Crystal Tower. I've yet to do that. I need to speak to Tataru and probably head towards the Crystal Tower soon. But yeah, I'm just doing a quick recap of what I know. They also have Black Rose ready now, and are apparently more than willing to use it, according to the expression of the Emperor's face. I almost want to say that the Emperor is playing his own game with the Ascians. Just based on his conversations he's had with the clone of his grandfather, or was it his father? You know what who I'm talking about, though. And then what he's saying to the representatives. Because it almost seems like it was a little bit different compared to what he was talking about with them to with his father/grandfather, the previous emperor. It almost seemed like he was just trying to unite the representatives of Eorzea even more than before, because that was one of the things that he was talking about before, that we were a fragile alliance at best, that we have our own infighting. It almost felt like he was trying to bring us together even more. Maybe I'm wrong. I probably am. Especially after the look on his face after he was told that Black Rose was ready. That put a quick damper on that theory, very quick. But we'll see. Hey, Vanilla. Also, get hi, Lucian. I'm ready to play. I'm trying to think what else we learned at the end there, and what we need to do going forward. I don't think there's much else. The imposter Xenos nearly took us out, but we were saved by Stinian, who I am now convinced is just stalking us from the shadows, protecting us from the shadows, which I'm fine with. Gaius is the man that rescued Alphino back in the wastes. He's still alive. So again, every frickin' Garlean that it seems that we killed has just come back. Which, again, just based on the fact that they are helping us in these cases, I'll take for now. Alright, I can't think of anything else, so we're gonna go ahead and get to it then. Hello, Tataru, please don't have a psychic attack. I knew you'd be alright, and to celebrate your return, I made you this. A brand new traveling outfit. Oh, I do hope it fits. Is that the gift? Is that the gift? I get fashion? Yes! But now is not the time to fuss over your measurements. I must go and speak with the researchers of St. Coinach's find, and go and rest while we track down that beacon. Oh. Oh, wait, no. A banded chest containing a complete set of Scion traveler's attire. Requires level 1, item level 1, cannot be used in instanced areas such as dungeons, PvP areas, or raids. We'll see about that. Especially if I just turn it into frickin'... I have not watched the Shadowbringers trailer. The trailer, when I opened the game, was still Stormblood, so I have not seen the opening trailer yet. There he is. Also forgot that Xenos' spirit is, oh god, possessing him, and why did his eyes go like that?
My enemy. My friend. Had I been but a step faster.
Is he talking about me? Is he talking about me? I didn't ask for this. I didn't ask to be his friend. That's what I want to see. Current Xenos versus past Xenos.
Not that I am surprised. May you find joy in it. Grow stronger, more savage, and savor every triumph. In the meantime, I will reclaim that which is rightfully mine.
I'm assuming that it'll, just like it did with the previous games, that the trailer will just play eventually as I play the game. Because it did play whenever I got to a certain point in Stormblood and within Heavensward, I thought. Yeah, the one I fought was the Ossian and Xenos' body. That's what I meant. But what I want to see is the Osean in Xenos' body versus Xenos in a Rebel's body. Yeah, in the midst of a requiem for heroes, a voice rings out across time and space. See, this might... In fields of tranquil light, sow the seeds of darkness? Is it gonna play the Oh, no. It's not gonna? I don't think it will give you the cutscene. It won't give me the cutscene? Aw, that's unfortunate. Is there a way to play it from here, or do I need to go into the main menu for it? Login screen? Alright. We'll see if it'll play now. Again, when I first opened it, it was still Stormblood, so... I'll turn to the... Oh! Never mind, okay, we're good. Movies... There we go, Shadowbringers. I'm strapped in.
How many years have come and gone since that day? How many years have I waited for this moment? For the one that stood alone against the storm. For the one they called.
Oh, excuse me?
The warrior of light. What sayest thou, Master Matoya? We may accept this fate or defy it, but we cannot deny it.
Deny? I am not wont to run from my troubles.
What the heck is going on? Oh, shit. Oh my gosh. Plus the tune that's going on right now, too. Oh, I love what they did. Ah.
This tragedy, greater even than the seventh umbral calamity, must be undone. History must be unwritten. Let it be unwritten. Become you must.
Okay.
Become warrior of darkness.
Huh. That is not Master Matoya. What the heck's going on? That was epic, but I'm also kind of confused. Also, that tune that I was singing was from a past Final Fantasy game. I love that they integrated that into this, because that is one of my freaking... It was like one of the... I want to say it's one of the overworld tunes of... I forget which, but I feel like it was a SNES Final Fantasy. It's really good, and I like that. It was either that or it was one of the freaking remakes that I played on the DS. Regardless, it's a really good tune and I like it. And that went really well with that. Okay. So I'm no, okay, I saw that. I'm fine. Okay. Let's get back into this then. Okay, so we're going to become the Warrior of Darkness just like the air quotes imposter group that we were fighting against before in Heavensward, the ones that left with Menphilia in order to go back and try to bring balance to their own star, I want to say, to their own realm. They were also warriors of darkness. So what's happening so what's happened to their world, it seems, is currently happening to ours. Is that what I'm getting at? Does this mean I'm turning my back on Hydaelyn and going to embrace the Dark Crystal, whose name I forget? I'm confused. All will be answered in Shadowbringers. Then I am frickin' ready. Also, I feel like I should now try a different class in order to celebrate new expansion that I'm into, but I don't know what I should try. Also, I just got new gear. What'd I get? Ooh, Scion Traveler stuff. Also, might as well use that. I need a room. Actually, do I even have any? I have clear prisms. I only have... Oh, I don't think I have any glamour. Glamour prisms, so I'll have to buy more eventually. The Scion gear will be fine for now until I go buy some more. Alright, Tataru. Tataru is itching to share what appears to be good news. Okay. Good news, Shent. We've had a stroke of luck in our search for that beacon. Oh yeah? Apparently, our colleagues have stumbled across a hidden path leading down into the hollows around the base of the Crystal Tower. A path I doubt we'd ever have found had the Ironworks and Sons not added their numbers to the party. Thanks to them, we have eager eyes aplenty down there, checking under rocks and peeking into every nook and cranny. Still, it sounds like there's a lot of ground to cover. And we better go and give them a hand. My thoughts exactly. The sooner we find this beacon, the sooner we can travel to whatever it is this mysterious voice is coming from. And the sooner we can work out how to help our friends. We have to find a way to wake them up, and before the Empire comes calling again, meaning we have no time to lose. There's a boat in North Silvertear waiting to ferry people to the site, so let's be on our way. Is that the new quest accepted jingle? Ah, now I want to hear what the quest cleared jingle is. Oh, sorry, Ukulele. Didn't mean to barge into. Again, is Ukulele a scion now, or is he just taking up residence in our place? Oh, real? I'm holding the fort. Someone needs to keep an eye on the Empire, after all. True. Thank you, real. Like I said, I would like to... I would like to get into a new class. But I don't know what would be a good one to go into. Viper. I don't know if I've heard of Viper. Maybe Reaper. That seems like it would be something that Warrior of Darkness would be. Man, Dark Knight. Ah, man. I'd like to do Dark Knight again, but I get anxious tanking. It's so much responsibility. I'll think about it again later. Alright. I'm gonna go to Limsa and I'm gonna go buy some stuff. Real quick. Reaper is on theme. I'll need to find where the Reaper class trainer is then. And find a good time to start that quest line for it too. Hello, I would like... I think it was the middle one, right? Or was it the first? Okay. It wasn't Venture. Venture was for the other things. Tanking is honestly the easiest role, but Dark Knight is the most hands-on tank. Okay. Reaper is unlocked in Old Dock. Okay. I'll at least unlock it. Where was... Oh, I was looking for the freaking there we go. The glamour. I was looking for glamour sphere. I thought I could buy some in here. Yeah, I can. Glamour prisms. Sorry, glamour prisms. I need 5, I believe. I'll go with an even 10, you know? Go with 10 for now. Because I have a new traveling outfit, and I wanna try it on, you know? I don't know what's gonna happen with this. I don't know if I was getting weird flashbacks to the past. Are we going to the past? Our friends looked like they had different classes, so I don't know if it's current, if it's an alternate reality. I don't know what's going on, but I want to look nice. I at least want to see what this will look like. Where is this? That is weapons, so of course I won't see the Scion stuff there. Yes, I want that there. Traveler jacket, yes please. Yes. I don't think there's any Scion. Yeah, no. Did forget that I didn't put the Red Bill scarf in there. Okay. Hit a glamour plates. Okay. So I'm traveling mask. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. We'll apply it to the current, what we're currently wearing. Okay. We look the part of a Warrior of Darkness, I guess. Alright. Back to more donuts and we'll begin. Be really excited for 7.4 when they de-lock glamours for classes so you can put G&B clothes on a monk or whatever. I keep forgetting that it's still kind of locked to class-specific, like, gear for the most part. You always have about 100 of them. I don't have the capital for that yet. I guess unless I can find a place where I can buy it with just gil, because I have plenty of gil right now. I guess that would be pretty much any kind of vendor then, huh? Regular vendor. God, the Crystal Tower looks so cool. Hello, Mr. Ferryman. Heading to the survey site, sir. It's on the eastern shore of the lake, and the swiftest way to get there is by boat. Yes, please. Ooh, plus music. The Archons need our help. Next to that, even matters of the heart don't seem to matter. I would detect a known slavering beast in the vicinity. My sister expected. The Ironworks is out in force. Master Garland's orders. My sister accepted? Oh, because okay. That towering edifice is the outer wall of the Crystal Tower's foundation, the labyrinth of the ancients, to be precise. Lieutenant. Their here weighs heavy upon me. 'Tis little wonder, I suppose, when standing in the shadow of such an imposing structure. Alright. Shent, the search continues, but I have no doubt we shall find this beacon of yours. Should I do the Reaper stuff before I begin this, actually, or no? I don't know if I'm about to do something I can't go back on soon. Doesn't matter. We'll continue. I can do the Reaper whenever. Plus, I don't know if I start the Reaper questline if I have to do any grinding just to get to a certain level to actually be the Reaper as I go along with this. You know what I mean? I don't know what level it starts me out at as Reaper and if I need to, like, grind up in order to do some of the main story quests.
Look how many people there are. Should we get to it then? Pick up anything that seems the least bit device-like, and we'll make ourselves a pile.
Alrighty.
Well, if it isn't the hero of the hour, maybe you'll change our look. We found bugger all without you.
Biggs, it's been a while since I've heard from you.
Wedge!
Aye, aye. Well, we could hardly say no to a call for aid from the Scions. Jesse called the chief for some other business, so we'll be working twice as hard to make up for his not being here.
Thrice as hard, even.
Was that his voice?
Thank you, both of you. I'm sure we'll find that beacon in no time.
Man, it's been a while since I've heard Biggs and Wedge's voice. Wedge just threw me for a minute.
I'm not seeing anything out here. Do you reckon you could squeeze in there, Wedge?
And get stuck halfway? No, thank you.
I could try if you like.
Tataru, no! We couldn't ask you to do that.
Oh, I'll be fine. This receptionist is not afraid to get her hands dirty.
It's a... No, I thought I was looking at the crystal spike.
Sorry, I meant to say, the scholars haven't finished their preliminary assessment of the site yet, so we're not supposed to venture too far in. What's that you got there? Now that looks promising.
Isn't that the Ironworks symbol? Counterfeiters?
Now I have you.
Oh, don't like that.
Stay with me. Focus on my voice. Expanse, contract. Eon become instant.
Wait, this must be it. The device. Oh, this is supposed to happen.
Throw wide the gates that we may pass.
Safe journey, warrior of light. Find your friends and bring them home.
You're presuming a lot, Tataru, that this is supposed to happen. it's snowing in space. Nice. It's fine. Oh no, I'm falling.
Do not look at me so.
Oh, why? Game!
We did everything right. Everything that was asked of us, and still it came to this.
Oh god, the light.
Your time has not yet come.
Minfilia? Oh god. Just give you a little love tap in those feelings. I don't need it. Just a little love tap.
From endless dreams I awake. Something vague, yet urgent, calls me to action once more.
This my voice? There's a lot of purple. Hi, broski. Are you gonna lurk? No worries. Lurk all you wish. Thank you for coming.
Rare to meet someone out here who's not a peddler themselves. What brings you into the wilds this time of night?
Is it night? But it's bright as day.
Well, if it ain't the oldest joke in the book. Me granddad, God rest his soul, used to tell that one to the barman at kicking out time. And when, pray tell, did we last have a dark night? You rotten old drunk, you, he'd reply. Over 100 bleeding years ago,
that's when.
Here, I turned it up a little bit. Let me know if it's better or not. I can always turn it up a bit more if need be.
You got that look down to a T. I'd almost think you meant it. Ah, got to you, did they? Poor beggar. That explains it then.
No, thank you.
Well, I've roads to travel and wares to sell, but you best hurry along to the town nearby. Just head east through the trees and aim for the Shining Tower. You'll find the place soon enough. It's the biggest settlement for malms around. Go on now, friend. They'll take good care of you in the Crystarium. Dizzying heights it rises, the gleaming spire. Its tip threatening to pierce the blinding canopy. There, it will all begin anew. Between dark and light, the pure and the corrupt. The one true struggle.
Okay, so it's not our voice then. Shadowbringers. Alright, okay. The Forest of Lost Shepherd. Where are we? Norvrant. Norvrant? Whoa! The first. Spoilers? I don't care. That's interesting. Okay, it might be spoiler. I am in a different world. I thought I would be. I mean, come on now. But that's interesting. It doesn't give me much, but interesting. Okay. That's unfortunate, but fine. Okay. We'll travel the land on foot, as all adventurers should. This place is very beautiful, though, in like a almost haunting kind of way. Everything's in perpetual light. So Alaska then. Oh, it's an instanced area. Fair enough, fair enough.
Halt! Every face in this city I know. Yours, I do not. This is the threshold of the Crystarium, stranger, and I am its gatekeeper. If you would enter, you will answer my questions.
Well met, gate guard, and ask your questions.
From where do you hail?
Them's the limits,
Do you take me for a fool? No such place exists. Had you given me an honest answer, I would not have barred your way. We care little here for a person's place of origin. But instead, you chose concealment. and I will not suffer you to pass. That one had eaten. It must have gulped down the whole hand, ring and all.
The old man.
Everything all right, Captain?
Oh my gosh.
Quite all right, my lord. Just a stray sin eater, and a weak one at that.
I see. Weak or not, we should be on the lookout for more.
I noticed this before, but my gosh.
But I see you've met my guest. I will escort him to the Crystarium myself, if you've no objections.
Another of your mysterious friends, is it? I should have known. Very well. I'll inform the others your guest is to be given the run of the city. Pray forgive my less than cordial welcome. May the rest of your stay with us be a pleasant one.
Come with me. I will answer whatever questions you have when we are somewhere more private. Right then, before we plunge into the wheres and wherefores, let me first thank you for answering my summons. I had intended to bring you directly to my personal quarters, but I fear my aim was slightly off. That you are still able to make the crossing unharmed is a great relief. And so, we come to the question of where. The realm in which you now find yourself belongs to one of the 13 reflections, or shards. The first, to be precise, even if its inhabitants are largely oblivious to the fact. As to wherefore, having been awarded the rather grandiose title of Crystal Exarch, I, in my capacity as caretaker of the Crystarium, thought to seek the aid of you and your companions.
More importantly, are the other scions here? Where are my friends?
That is a question with no simple answer. But all shall be explained in due course, I promise you.
Where are my friends?
Let us begin with the glaring skies up above. Here in the first, the world has been all but consumed by primordial light. It began a century ago, by this realm's reckoning. A luminous flood swallowing everything in its path. More than 9/10 of this star was lost. And the fortunate few who survived are hounded by abominations born of that catastrophe even now. Sin Eaters, we call them. The creature you saw earlier was one such monstrosity. It was to save the first from this menace that I learned to bridge the rift between worlds. That I might call upon the aid of the greatest of heroes.
So you isekai'd me!
Though it meant depriving a world of its champion, I had to try. For in saving the first, you would bring salvation to the source as well.
Frick you, Truck Coon.
But what manner of host harangues his guests in the middle of the road? Let us continue our talk within the Crystarium.
Such a proud and vibrant city. The sole sanctuary for the living in a world all but resigned to oblivion. Each stone was laid with hope. The town itself a symbol, a monument to defiance in the face of death. No would-be hero could fail to answer its call. For who among us does not yearn for salvation?
Tis impressive. Whoa. Well, before I even talk to him, I know what I must do. I can return. Oh. Never mind. Should have known better. Sorry. I needed to try something. Sorry, you were saying. And here we are. Welcome, my friend, to the Crystarium. Oh. Hey, nice. I actually like that good, because I did like the frickin' the tune. I'm gonna hold off on opening this until I get the Reaper class. Then I will do this. I think that's probably the smart option. Oh my gosh, you two. Easy. Easy. My gosh. It's the collectives. A full and frank discussion in the privacy of my study would seem to be in order. But I think our conversation would be more meaningful were you first to gain a firmer grasp of the situation here. To that end, I would like you to visit a few of the Crystarium's civic leaders and glean something of this world and its predicament. Okay. Are you going to give me permission? As you can see, this path will take you directly to the Aetherite, a convenience with which I am sure you are only too familiar. Being the rightful object of my summoning spell, you should in theory be able to reach all the way back along your etheric trail and find a connection in the source, believe it or not. I strongly suggest you complete this attunement before venturing any further. So theoretically, what would happen if I didn't? Well, I'm guessing I just have to go back to the crystal tower in my realm, and it would send me here. Just a lot of backtracking. After you've done so, walk up the steps next to the Aetheryte and head out to the left to arrive in the Crystalline Mean. This is where you'll find our collective of crafters and gatherers, as well as their spokeswoman, Catless. One of the people I should like you to meet. Catless, eh? Another is Morn. To reach him in his Cabinet of Curiosity. I like that. Cabinet of Curiosity. You'll want to avoid the aforementioned steps and take the exit on the left. And simply continue straight along and down until you come to the large doors at the end of the path. The third and final person I should like you to meet is Bragi, our man in charge of trade and distribution. He's to be found in the markets, which you can access from the opposite side of the Aetheryte Plaza. Okay. In seeking out each of my colleagues, you will visit the major districts of the city and hopefully gain a feel for the place. I trust my directions were simple enough. To the right and down the where now? Nah, crystal clear. Hey, crystal clear. Huh. Very good. I concede. Layout of the Crystarium owes more to historic necessity than planning, but I'm sure you'll learn its twists and turns before long. In all honesty, the true challenge may be in finding the right way to approach its citizens. As you discovered during your encounter with the captain, the people of this world are unaware of the existence of other stars and will struggle to accept the truth of your origin. That being the case, when they ask whence you hail, as they inevitably will, I suggest you claim to share a homeland with the Crystal XIV. There is an unspoken rule here about peering too deeply into that particular mystery. When you've finished making the rounds, pray meet me in the large courtyard at the center of town. Till then... Are you someone I know, then? I feel that has, like, a kernel of truth to it. Are you actually originally from my realm? Focusing your senses, you detect the flow of vastly distant currents of aether. Your connection to these energies is faint but stable and should allow teleportation to aetherites in the source. Good, I can go home fairly easily. I'm gonna hit up the tiny aetherites. Clan Nutsy members? Nuts board? What the frick? Moving on. Oh, that's pretty. I like that. The Whispering Gathering. farther up. Ah. Hello, Morin. Ah. Oh my gosh. Excuse me. What I mean to ask is, have you brought any books with you? A rumpled scroll, even? A scrap of scribbled on parchment? My apologies. Literature is something of an obsession of mine as well as a profession. Librarian Morin at your service, and this humble collection is known as the Cabinet of Curiosity. Lucian, no! As your powers of perception have likely informed you, my colleagues and I are responsible for curating all manners of tomes, documents, and other vehicles for the written word. As horrific as the loss of life and land wrought by the flood unquestionably was, their damage to recorded knowledge was no less catastrophic. We few do all we can to preserve what wisdom survived. But tell me, what brings you to the cabinet today? Looking for any title in particular? Mayhap a spot of academic research? Oh, so you've an interest in modern history. Splendid! A thorough review of recent events can often yield novel perspectives. I quite agree. If you would prefer something visual to accompany the account, then I think I have an illustrated history book for children somewhere. Just a moment, I'll fetch it for you. Okay. And here we are. Would you like to pull up a chair? Make yourself more comfortable? On with the lesson, then. Ooh. 100 years ago, or near enough not to matter, villains known as the Warriors of Light slew the Shadowkeeper, the Steward of Darkness. In the wake of this tainted deed, light began to pour into the world as if from unseen cracks. It pooled and swelled without cease until the day an enormous blinding wave rose up and swept across our star. We called this calamity the Flood of Light. Everything it touched was leached of life and vigor, leaving naught behind but luminous wasteland. Yet just when it seemed that all would be lost, a savior appeared before us, the Oracle of Light. She stood twixt us and approaching doom, and by her power did she stay the flood. Thus was Norvrant, and Norvrant alone spared the fate of erasure. Tragedy would, however, arrive in another form. From the blasted emptiness descended horrors of strange and terrible aspect to bedevil the few folk who survived. These sin-eaters were light incarnate, and their fulgent presence stole the night from northern sky. Even now they cycle the remaining bastions of civilization, ever on the hunt for us, ever hungering for our flesh. Norvrant, sorry. Norvrant. And thus did the world become what it is. Should you ever wish to hear the tale again, I would be glad to retell it for you. Or if you would rather I speak of other matters, that too would be my pleasure. I should be glad of the company. Your exchange with Morin has taught you about the Flood of Light. Ow. Should you ever wish to look at Asai's face? Yeah, no. No, thank you. I am good. ballistics. Where's the thing? Over here? And up, maybe? The rotunda. More up, maybe? There we go. Aged Amaro Tamer. Looking to procure yourself an Amaro? Then I reckon you've come to the right place. 1 second if you would. There we have it. I've added you to our register. Break them back whenever you're in need of a mount. Good, thank you. Good for now, anyway. Hello, Katniss. Rare to see a place so well stocked with goods, isn't it? But not here. I'm going to guess you're new to our fair city. Well, for what it's worth, you've chosen a fine sanctuary. The XR can throw up a barrier if the city news come knocking, so it's a damn sight safer in here than it is out there. Safer and more civilized too, thanks to us in the mean. We work together to procure materials and resources, and craft the goods which make city life possible. This is the place to visit if you need a coat mended or a kettle forged. Just don't go thinking it'll all be handed to you on the plate like those Yulmoran layabouts. Here in the Crystarium, we work for a living. Though I see you're no stranger to hard labor. You don't have that whiff of indolence about you like some folk I've met. Still, I can't quite pin down your profession. Where is it you're from? One of the Exarch's countrymen, you say? I see. Well, then I'll work twice as hard to make you feel welcome. Our city wouldn't even exist if it weren't for him, and any friend of his is a friend of ours. It's really quite incredible when you think about it. They say his grand magic summoned the Crystal Tower into existence, pulled the entire thing out of thin air. It wasn't long before droves of refugees began congregating around its base, desperate for shelter after losing their homes to the flood. And that's how the Crystarium began, at the Exarch's invitation. Buildings started going up, and with the help of some curious relics brought forth from the tower, the place gradually expanded into the thriving metropolis you see today. The city stood here for decades now, yet the eldest among us swear the Exarch looks exactly the same as he did back then. He's indeed a man of many mysteries, but for all his secrecy, he has never yet let us down. So if he, and you, wish to remain silent about your shared homeland, then the folk here will respect your wish for privacy. I am, however, more than a little curious to see any crafting talent you might be hiding. If you've got to contribute on that front, be sure to come back and visit once you've had a chance to settle in. Yeah, I've not really gone into the crafting much, sorry. Just ask for Katniss, and I'll find you a niche here in the crystalline meat. You can help us keep the cogs of the city greased and turning. Your exchange with Katniss has taught you about the life in the Crystarium. Good to know. Alright, next we need to go to the southern half of this place. To our last two Aethernet shards. And of course our quest. But more importantly, the shards. I see that, but I feel like this is up here, so I'm gonna stay up here and grab this one. I'll come back around for that when I go back for the quest. Am I right or am I wrong? Oh, I'm wrong. It's right there. And ow. Let's get our last one. A little bit faster. Wasn't that everything? I think that was everything. I don't think I missed one. Okay. Go Bragi. New to the city, friend? The spinning head and wide eyes give you away. Welcome. My name is Bragi, and I'm the master of these markets. They gave the district another official title, but I'm not in the habit of using it. Too florid by half. In any case, our merchants stock a range of equipment for galgant, such as yourself, so finding something in your size shouldn't be a problem. I'm sorry, did you say galgant? Aye. Something wrong? Let's see if we straighten this out. See those two in front of us? The shorter one is a human. The taller one is an elf. If over there's a galgant like you, whilst the one with the horns is a drawn. And then you have the large scaly chaps with long tails and a knack for raising livestock. Those would be the Zune. Which is apparently not the name you know them by. Now I'm curious to know which far-flung region you hail from. Ah, the same as the XIV, eh? Well, that explains it. So, question. I feel like there's one major one they're kind of missing there. What happens if you're a Lalafell coming here? What do they call the Lalafells? And do they have any kind of reaction to you if you come here? You don't get much further flung than that. We've had a few of your lot pass through in recent years, and despite their obvious learning, they floundered over the simplest things. But not to worry. Should you find yourself confused by the local language or customs, I'll be here to answer your questions. Peoples of the First. I might actually talk to him some more. Bragi, come here. Because I'm curious. I don't point them out early, but I'm sure you'll spot a missile or another Ronso like me sooner rather than later. Even Vis, like Captain Lena, aren't that unusual in this city. I, the Crystariums, long been a sanctuary for all manners of refugees. Except maybe the dwarves. Those lot prefer to keep themselves to themselves, in my experience. Are the Lalafell's dwarves? And do they say lolly ho? Oh, so I can't actually talk to you about more of the frickin'. Okay, fine. You lied to me, game. You deceived me. Oh well. Everlasting light. Wait a minute, Skywatcher. Wise one once said that she who does not pay heed to the skies will most surely get wet. Sound advice if you ask me. Would you like to hear what the skies tell us this fine day? Oh. It's all everlasting light. Oh my gosh. Well, how did you fare? Did my colleagues help you form a clear picture of this world and its peoples? Account of how the XIV summoned the Crystal Tower and the city built by the refugees who sheltered there. Flood of Light. An account of how the warriors of light caused the flood, which later led to the appearance of the Sin Eaters. Account of how the races of the source are known by different names in the first. It seems you were treated to a most thorough introduction. I understand it was something of a chore, but it was necessary that you grasp these things before we proceed. As for the Crystal Tower's origin, you may have noted that details were sparse. The structure is, in fact, the selfsame one you know from the source, transported to the first in its entirety. It was my first attempt at breaching the boundaries between worlds, something of a trial run for your eventual crossing. And although I do not know which era I tore it from, I do know that its arrival served to set the wheels of fate in motion. Oh. Thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. Again, I'm going to hold off until I become the Reaper before I do that. Okay. Is finally ready to discuss the matter of your comrades' whereabouts. Thank you! Where are my friends? You've done as I requested and learned something of the world in which you find yourself. Now it's time I have fulfilled my half of the bargain and explained what has befallen your comrades. That is a conversation I would rather have in the privacy of my quarters, however. I must go on ahead to the tower and organize a few things, but I shall see that the guard knows to admit you. Oh, yeah. How do I say the first part of his name again? Guratia? Yeah, it's been a while, gosh darn it, I'm sorry. Grahatia. Just like that. Then Grahatia is... I kind of want to know both. Is the tower gate lies open then, or in Grahatia? I'm more worried about Grahatia. What happened to Grahatia? I'm not familiar with that name. Is there something I should know? He's like the keeper of the tower. An extraordinary tale, but I'm afraid I found no such individual residing in the tower when it passed into my care. Mayhap we can revisit that mystery another time. For now, I think it best we focus on the present. So we're gonna have another Crystal Tower raid then, where we had to find Grahatia? That would be interesting. reading said, the XIV waits you within. Once I get to a good place, and I learn about my friends, because I do want to learn about them, I want to find out what's happened to them, I might go back to learn the Reaper class, just so I can learn it, at least, and see what level it starts at.
Welcome to the Ocular, my private study. We can speak here without fear of being overheard. I have much to explain, but the truths which I must touch upon in doing so would cause only distress and confusion to the people of this world. Pray keep that in mind. Now, I am sure you are desperate to know the fate of your fellow scions. To put it simply, they are here in the First. Their arrival, however, was not as recent as you may imagine. Here, time flows at a different pace from that of the Source. In the space of a single hour in your home world, an entire year might pass in the First, and the reverse could also be true. The pace fluctuates without rhyme or reason, and it cannot be predicted. That said, we seem to be entering a period of near equivalence, and thus, for the moment, you need not overly concern yourself with the passage of time. As for your companions, however, Y'shtola and Urianger have dwelled here for 3 winters, all told, while Thancred's count stands at 5. Even our more recent arrivals, Alphino and Alize, have lived in the First for almost a year.
They've been here that long.
My intention had been to summon only you, but the art of reaching across worlds has proven exceedingly difficult to master. Thus it was that my fumbling hand closed upon those to whom your fate is most closely bound as well. As they were not the object of my their transference was incomplete. Though they may appear to possess corporeal bodies, they are, in truth, merely spirits that one can see and touch. Consequently, while you yourself will be able to pass between worlds with relative freedom, they will not.
Poor Thancred also has to be naked.
Here, unable to return.
Find a way to send them back.
We spent every waking hour searching for a way to reverse the summoning. In the beginning, at least. As you may have surmised, however, our efforts met with little success. And then we all but abandoned the endeavor once Urianger shared with us the vision he had witnessed during his journey through the rift. In that chaotic no-man's land between realms, time and space warp and blend in unexpected ways. What Urianger saw was the future, that which would one day come to pass. In his vision of tomorrow, the First was rejoined with the Source. This collision of worlds brought about the 8th umbral calamity and the deaths of countless multitudes. Amongst those who perished, Urianger clearly saw the fall of the Scion's mightiest champion. He watched you die. And thus did the Scions embrace their exile, and began searching this world for a means to forestall the coming catastrophe in yours. Their souls are stranded in the First, yes, but they have fought on, desperate to save their home and you from destruction. Nor have their efforts been in vain, for it was they who finally established that the elimination of the Sin Eaters will indeed serve to prevent the calamity. Considering these circumstances of our meeting, you would be forgiven for doubting my version of events. And so, before all else, I would suggest you track down your comrades and hear the tale from their lips. I shall of course be happy to assist in these reunions, and you need not make any decisions regarding your involvement until you are certain of where you stand. Meanwhile, I promise I will not rest until I have found a way to help your friends return home. What say you? Have I earned your trust for the moment, at least?
I know, Lucius and Vanilla, that you really like the Exarch. And we'll see where it goes with them and everything. But just, again, and I understand video game logic and all that kind of stuff too, but for now, I'm still grumpy with them for dragging my friends and me into this. Aye, but I'll see that you keep that promise.
Excellent. You will not regret this. With that settled, we shall have to see about getting you ready for the road. Traveling across the rift has no doubt left you weary. I will arrange for a room where you might rest in comfort. While it's being prepared, perhaps I can show you around.
The Crystarium boasts a number of residential districts, but I have been informed that a room has just become available at the Pendants, which, as it turns out, is perfect. Our path there will take us past the markets, and I was hoping to give you my own introduction to their wares. Come along. I want to make sure that I got all of them.
This is the Musica Universalis, the commercial heart of the Crystarium. Aught you might need to prepare for your journeys can be purchased here. Ah, yes. You must be curious about the currency. Fear not. The gil you carry will serve you well enough. Each nation once minted its own coins, but 'twas all a jumbled mess following the flood. After much debate, the local merchants eventually elected to revert to the old ways, wherein a coin's value was decided by the worth of its metal. As for a unit of measurement, we agreed upon the term gil, a word borrowed from coins uncovered within the Crystal Tower here. And as our traders peddled their wares across the land, so too did our usage of gil become common practice. From what your stola tells me, a standard coin from the source equates to exactly 1 gil here, or near enough not to matter. Our way of life has benefited greatly from the artifacts we recovered from the tower, some of which may be familiar to you.
What am I looking at? That the card game or something?
But I fear it would not be practical for us to provide everything to which you are accustomed. You shall need a means to access the commodities of your home world. Avan Kerm Sin?
Yes, I'm here. Of course I'm here. What amusements do you have for me today?
My dear Feo Ul, paragon of pixie kind. For you, I have the most vital task. This fine gentleman is a friend from a distant realm. And we have need of a means to ferry things back and forth from his home. Might you be able to assist us in this matter?
You came from beyond, didn't you? From beyond the rift. How wonderfully exciting. What a brave and reckless and marvelous thing you did. You've the heart of a pixie, you do. After careful consideration, I have decided to grant you my assistance. Make a pact with me and the fun can begin.
Thank you.
But answer me this, traveler. Did your garments come with you when you crossed over? Your teeth? Your nails?
Yes? I hope so?
Just as I thought! Then you've a good stout connection with your home through which all your belongings, great and small, may easily pass.
Good.
From this moment forth I will be your Isne Fis, and you my Snay Yak. Like the branch which sprouts from the sapling, our bond will flow unbroken from one to the other. Raise your hand. Done. We are bound now, dearest sapling. Come then. Make your request. Tell me your desire. I wish to visit this world of yours.
A message to your friends in the source to inform them of your safe arrival.
I feel like that would be a bad joke to him. The pixie suddenly popping out of thin air. Send a message to Tataru. Tataru should be able to easily get it to Cryo too.
As you heard, that was Feo Ul of the Pixies. Their kind possess an affinity for magic akin to that of arcane beings. They rarely show themselves in populated areas, but Feo is insatiably curious even by Pixie standards, and seems to have taken a liking to the Crystarium.
Yeah, seems cool.
Right, we were going to organize
if not extremely hyper.
Come along.
As a result of your pact with Feo Ul, it was Feo Ul, right? You now have access to delivery moogles, market lords, and summoning bells while in the first. Thanks, Feo. I appreciate it. Just want the others to know everything will be alright eventually, I hope. Knock on wood. And congrats on your marriage with Pixie Wife. Thank you. It was a shotgun wedding, but I feel like it'll all work out. Ah, there you are. I was just finalizing the matter of your accommodation. You'll have a private room here at the Pendants for the duration of your stay, to make use as you see fit. When you're ready to retire, the manager will show you to your lodging. Please pray, rest, and recuperate, and we shall reconvene in the ocular anon. I believe that covers all the practical concerns. Thank you for answering my call, Shield. We are denied the comforting blanket of night, but may peaceful dreams attend you nonetheless. Okay, I think this is a good time, not to end the stream, of course, but to maybe change my job now. I will say, if I do Reaper, that will technically... I mean, I unlock Samurai, but I've done nothing with Samurai. It will be my first melee DPS that I've done. So that'll be kind of cool. Just trying to think if I want to stick with range, because I'm kind of used to it. But if I did that, I'm trying to think what would be the best kind of thing to do, because I'd have to grind my levels in Bard or Machinist. Dancer might be interesting, especially as Rogadin. That'd be kind of cool. Pretty funny too. I haven't gone the Thaumaturge / Black Mage route. The Arcanist, which turns into a summoner? Or no, was that another one? I'm not entirely sure. And I don't know about Pictomancer. Blue Mage was the limited job, the silly one, right? Let's try Reaper, why not? I'm gonna return to Limsa, and then we'll go to frickin' Van one. Take me to... Ethernet, airship landing... take me to Ul'dah. And then I'll have to see where the Reaper is. No, I don't want to be a jockey. I don't want to be a jockey. Take me to the... There is no crystal here. Ruby Road Exchange, probably. Killer Instincts, I'm gonna assume that's gonna be the Reaper. I don't fear the Reaper. Flustered attendant. Oh. The flustered attendant in urgent need of someone with a knack for chasing off ruffians. So the Reaper... Music attire coffer? And deep gold war scythe. Level 70. Okay, so we should be able to just start off with this then. The flustered attendant is in urgent need of someone with a knack for chasing off ruffians. You there. You're the fighting sort, yes? But like, by the looks of it, one of no mean skill. My employer is in desperate need of a man of your talents. You see, he's been beset by threats from an unsavory group of thugs known as the Lemurs. Their leader demands my master part with some of his considerable wealth, or, well, I'll just tell you, they call her the Reaper and leave the rest to your imagination. We don't intend to acquiesce, I believe that is, to these churlish demands without a fight, and a stout arm by our side would go far to ensure our survival. Your arm, perhaps? In case the opportunity to perform a good deed isn't enticement enough, please be reminded that my master possesses considerable wealth. If you would aid us, come with haste to the Sapphire Avenue Exchange, where we make our stand against these brutes. good. Now I need to go this way. Gigilio? Ah, you! I know why you're here, and if you mean to lay a finger on my coin purse, you'll have to pry it from my cold, lifeless... Master Gigilio, he's a friend. This adventurer has agreed to help. We'll show the Reaper what her empty intimidations are worth. Ah, I see. My apologies, sir. Tensions have been high as of late, and I'm sure you can understand. For reasons that elude me, these lemurs have made my life a waking nightmare. Sight unseen, they have demanded I begin paying them for the luxury of my own life. Rumors abound of their origin. Some say they are the detritus of some barbaric nation. They flout our laws and threaten their betters with impunity. They're led by a dead-eyed killer who draws her scythe at the smallest slight. Refuse their payments of coin, and she takes her share of your lifeblood instead. Rubbish, I say. The Reaper's naught but a toothless bandit. Interesting theory you have there. Care to test it? You're the Reaper. Oh, you're a perceptive one, ain't you? Suppose that's how you came to be in possession of so many shiny things. And what do we have here? Hiring more help while our ledgers remain unbalanced? You wouldn't be trying to wriggle your way out of paying us for a job well done, would you? You've hired these lemurs before? My, how do you keep the lie straight? You didn't tell your hired muscle here what great friends we were. So great, in fact, that you trusted none other than me and mine to put the scare into your competition. A job we were happy to do. You can't find your fortune in this fair city without stepping over a few bodies on the way, after all. But as flexible as our morals are, I'm afraid without the coin to bend them, we only have one recourse. Unless... One does wonder how you found yourself with a bodyguard of such uncommon mettle. Aye, not an ounce of fear in that gaze, and not a mote of puffed-up arrogance either. This lad, my dear Gigilio, is the genuine article. He has what we in the mercenary trade call the killer instinct. Huh? How's this? For the sake of our long-standing friendship, I'll make it simple. Allow me to take this adventure off your hands, and the debt is forgiven. What? That's all? I believe this is what them in your trade call a bargain. As for you, adventurer, it seems you've been made a free agent. But if you're still inclined to put those instincts of yours to use, come and visit our headquarters in Pearl Lane. The door's open. Hell yeah! Wait for me! I've got it. I've got the killer instinct. Let me in. Let me join. I want a cool scythe. Loyal lemur. Boss told me you'd be coming. Coming in? Yeah. Boss, the guest of honor's arrived. Whenever I hear that tune, I just think of Hildebrand. Ah, the savior of Alamigo and Doma deigns to appear before me. I have heard all about you. It's hard not to in this line of work. The stories paint you as frosty incarnate, a force of nature if you have survived. Peace, friend. I have no desire to put the killer to proof. Personally, I don't have a death wish. You can call me Drusilla. I'm a Reaper, one of many, and the leader of this little family here. As to why I invited you into our home, there's a job I'd like you to take care of for me. Depends on the job. Now don't you worry that virtuous heart of yours, eh? I wouldn't ask you to do so much as bend the law. This job is purely for the benefit of your fellow man. I like her eyes, though. I like her purple eyes. All you have to do is kill one for me. Though perhaps kill ain't the right word, seeing as he's already dead. Don't look so surprised. I know you've seen the dead walk. This time you'd be up against a void scent, come here to unleash its singular brand of wickedness upon the world. It won't be an easy task. The evil driven this monster is black as the void and near as deep. Countless souls have succumbed to its hunger. Where they pray for one inclined to heroics, don't you think? You can't face it as you are, though. Stored as your strength may be, I'll need to train you in techniques. Techniques that'll let you pierce the void and slaughter its kin. Keep talking. Oh. Don't see many Garleans in Ul'dah, do you? Let alone ones as savage as this. Save your startled gasps. I'm not out of surprises yet. Hold your hand onto the crystal here. If you're made of the stuff I think you are, then you're in for a treat. That's it. I knew you had what it takes. This would be an avatar, a manifestation of your essence and the Stygian power of the void scent on the other side. A void scent to which, if you so choose, you will bind to yourself. You'll gain skills unlike anything you've ever known. Skills that have allowed people like me to operate in the shadows and kill those that need killing since time immemorial. And your first assignment, should you walk this path, is to use the power of one void scent against another for the betterment of the realm. Your reward will be the wisdom of countless generations of Garlean assassins. But if siding with my kind makes your stomach churn... Oh. If the thought of one foot in the void makes you... And if you have any concern for the sanctity of your soul... However, if you're none of the aforementioned objections, and you don't mind walking the knife's edge twixt life and death, then you'll have the tools to see your justice done, and done right, every time. This is the choice you must make, and soon. Every moment our quarry stalks the land is another opportunity for it to do harm. Alright, let's see here. Your reward will be the wisdom of the countless generation ago. But if siding with my kind makes your stomach churn, then take your indignation and piss off. If the thought of having one foot in the void makes your stone shrivel into your belly, then take your cowardice and piss off. And if you're any concern for the sanctity of your soul, then take your virtue and piss off. Alright, cool. Yeah, let's do it. There'll be no turning away once you've chosen, mind you. You'll dance with death and return as its envoy, or you won't return at all. So what'll it be? I'll not suffer this void scent to threaten the innocent. I will dance. Very good. Then let's not waste time. Take up this crystal and attest to both worlds that you walk as a reaper. Bind yourself to the void and claim the strength that the weak of heart shun. Through the avatar at your side does the void scent bring its power to bear, feeding upon the souls of the fiends you cut down in return. Not a bad arrangement, eh? But I'm sure you tire of words. Here, the traditional weapon of our order. Let's see how it looks strapped to your back. Reaper unlocked. Alright. There. Oh, I'm at least wearing something. How do you find the weight of the scythe in your hands? Pleased, and I hope. Now that we have a bit more in common, it's time we became better acquainted. What's the name of our newest reaper? Shent. Doesn't quite roll off the tongue, but so it is with the Yorzun names. With every new one I learn, one more is forgotten. Yours can replace Gigidio. After our little conversation, I think you'll give us a wide berth. Anyway, we've more worthwhile concerns than shifty merchants, namely getting you conversed well and proper in the tricks of our trade, and the best way to do that is through battle. One of the families having trouble with a particular vexen fiend, and has sent word asking for assistance. He goes by the name Arnegus, and he's stationed out near Cutter's Cry. Not much of a fighter, but he's got a keen mind for trade and can find a needle in a stack of needles if need be. We'd best hurry before he ends up at the bottom of some monster's gullet. Okay. We'll open this then. New weapon. Deep Gold War Scythe. Bretland Tabard something. And then the pants. Oh. Okay then. I really want Oh wait, no, that's fine. Oh. I think this is the same one. Okay. Oh. Whoa, 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 whoa. Actually. Let's look at my skills. Slice, deliver an attack with a potency of 300. Waxing Slice, deliver an attack with a potency of 140. Combo action Slice. Increases soul gauge by 10. Second wind, instantly restores own HP. Okay, we'll need to move some stuff around. First of all, get these out of here. Healing I'll put over there for now. Done. Ooh. I do like that. Quickly dash 15 yums forward. Additional gains advanced harp. Advanced harp effect. Next harp can be cast immediately and will reduce recast times of health. So these two go together. Hell's Icarus dash quick. Oh, another dash. Backwards though. true north nullifies all action direction requirements. I don't think I've ran into any skills that require a direction requirement yet, though. Though, of course, I haven't looked at everything yet, but still. Never mind. When execute from a target's flank. Never mind. I say that and immediately frickin' attack from the flank. Okay. God, it's difficult to decide where everything goes. soul gauge can be filled via the execution of certain weapon skills or by defeating enemies afflicted with Death's Design. With sufficient souls stored in the gauge, you can execute actions such as Bloodstock, Grin Swath, or Gluttony. You can view job gauge description at any time from the Actions and Traits menu. Boss, who's this? Are you sure we should be getting an outsider involved? Thank you for your discretion, Artemis, but it ain't me. He has a personal contract with me, so consider him a mercenary in the service of the family. Whatever you'd say in front of me, you can say in front of him. By your will, boss. The Chimera has been making these sands a living hell for anyone who dares to wander into its territory, which would be us, since our trade route cuts right through it. The men I have hired to carry my goods are scared to death, and I can't blame them. None of us are fit for monster hunting, so I sent for you. We'll see what we can do, Artemis. Might want to find a rock to hide behind, though. Chimeras aren't known for being the most discriminating of beasts. Time to put your new skills to good work, Shen. You have learned all Reaper actions and traits level 70. Detailed descriptions can be viewed in the Actions and Traits window, assessed under Character of the main menu. Are you ready? Let's try this. Let's get on with the hunt, eh? We'll need to draw out the Chimera with Miriam meat. Now, to accustom yourself to the Reaper's tools, harvest the souls of the fallen to call forth your avatar. As you film and performing combat, start with Slice or when using skills such as Soul Slice. Best Reaper fights in tandem with their avatar, let's see how you do. Oh, I need to be under Soul Reaver. Okay. Okay. Cool. Do that. We do that, and then we do that. Okay. Okay. Not too bad, not too bad, not too bad. Bloody impressive work, that. I knew there was something about you, but truth be told, I didn't expect you to make just clean work of that chimera. I reckon even I might be hard-pressed to match that display. You know talent when you see it, boss. And with that, the ceruleum will flow once more. Among his many roles, Arnagus is a merchant of sorts. He sells ceruleum at a price that'd make those gill pinchers at Magina and Sons balk, but still turns a pretty profit. We could barely keep up with the demand despite the occasional beast or two butting into our affairs. Well, thanks to you, boss, and our countrymen up north, of course. Here's to getting back to business as usual. Ceruleum ain't easy to come by, as you well know. Magina and Sons protects their monopoly with a gilded fist, but they've yet to force the Imperial stragglers up north out of the market. Now, before you go running off to the flames, let me assure you that this arrangement is entirely above board. Selling goods to Imperials is forbidden by law, but there's nary a word writ about buying from them. I know you Eorzeans like to call Garleans by all sorts of colorful names. Bastards, tyrants, invaders, and we've got all those and worse. But while many a foul deed has been committed for the glory of the Empire, we ain't megalomaniacs to a man. Even amongst the purebloods, those that serve don't always do so by choice. Could be argued we're all casualties of the great Machina's ambition. No small number of Empire's troops will return home in a heartbeat if they could, but the world being what it is, most settle for sending their family what few coins they can afford to part with. Most Eorzeans wouldn't suffer a whit of color to complicate their black and white view, but if you're going to fight with us, you should learn the truth of our past. Long ago, long before the Empire, our forebears lived in Locus Amonis, down in southern Isambard. With temperature climes and fertile earth the land provided, many of us were but simple farmers, harvesting abundant crops of self-same scythes that reapers would eventually wield. But gifts are ever the object of envy. When not tilled in the fields, our ancestors were forced to defend them. Every year they yielded a few more ilms, and some 800 years ago now, they were driven from Locus Amonis completely. They fled north, to the frozen region that would become Garlemald. Even there they fought tooth and nail for the scant resources of that frigid land. From the fires of hardship were the first Magitech devices forged, and with innovation upon innovation, that humble group of farmers grew into an insatiable empire. But before that miraculous twist of fate, we were a dying breed, bereft not only of magic but of hope itself. With no natural advantages to speak of, our mere survival was in question. From harsh necessity were the reapers born. We turned our tools to weapons and struck a bargain with the whispers in the dark. With the void's power, we could strike at an enemy's beaten heart, slay their generals, and throw the rank and file into disarray. Our way is to end battles before the spark catches, to sacrifice the one for the many, to keep avarice hands away from family, friends, and lovers. And now this power belongs to you. Remember our story. Remember what drives a man to turn to the void, and you'll not be led into deeper temptations. Our work here is done. I'll see you back at headquarters. I might upgrade my gear. That is the neophyte's ring. I need to get a better. Better equipment just in general for my new class. Which I should be able to now. Melee DPS. Oh. Not here, though. I need to go. No. I need to boop. Boop again. Gerbania, and we'll go to Relva's Reach. I'd have to go to Kugane? Oh yeah, Kugane, not Relva's Reach. Can't I go to Relva's Reach though? I thought Relva's Reach also had the... Let me check here, actually, real quick. I have money to spend, dang it. Thought there was a Tome vendor in here. Am I thinking of... I'm thinking of friggin' the Ultima. Dude, aren't I? Yeah, the Omega parts. Oh no, they also have tomestones. This isn't level 70 as well? No, that's also level 70 here. At least the gear is up to level 70 anyway. Armor's a bit better than the weapon, it looks like. Though, even then, I think my best bet would be to get friggin' accessories. Yeah, accessories over gear right now. This is still okay, and I can probably get better as the story goes on. The main story quests. Yeah, we'll go with We'll go with that. Okay. I am a slayer. Alright. We're at 293. And that just boosts us all the way to 370. Nice. Okay. Alright, I'm happy with that. And now let us apply. Now we look a bit better. Still have the Neophyte's ring, but that's fine. Once we have a better ring in general to swap with it, we'll be good. Alright, update. Boom. Alright. I think we can get by with these for now. I'm dumb. Also, as long as I'm in the right area for these, rear and to the side, I don't really need the true north. These are the only really directional requirements I need. Them by how much again? By an extra 60. Otherwise I can hit them in any direction with this, but if I'm in the proper direction it hits with an extra 60. Alright. Alright. For your first outing, you did good. I think you've earned the right to know just who this lot you've thrown yourself in with is. You might have gathered this yourself, but the lemurs were formed to support those guardians who are living in exile. Tain't easy to be far from home, let alone in a place where most would sooner gut you than offer a helping hand. Oft the only place to make a living is in the shadowy corners that lie outside the watchful gaze of the law. Now, I don't expect you to embrace us like brothers and sisters straight away, but know this. I do expect you to apply yourself to this job. In the meantime, I'll be working with the family to ascertain the whereabouts of our prey. I expect that scythe to be like an extension of your own body when next we speak. Alright. Seems like it'll take a bit before we can get there. So in 3 levels. Okay, cool. That means main story quest. What time is it? Let's a little bit longer, I want to keep going. I want to see if I can find someone. One of my friends at least. Dang it. Okay. Pleasure to meet you, sir. Welcome to your new home at the Pendants. Your room is ready if you'd care to retire. Yeah, let's check out our room. Oh. It's a nice room. I have an orange. Nice. You. Ah! You!
I know you. You're the warrior of light from the source.
What happened to you and your friends? Warrior of darkness?
What? Did you just... You can hear me?
Oh, gods, how long has it been?
That was what I called myself in your world. The Warrior of Darkness. My real name is Ardbert. I used an alias in the source. A daft one, looking back.
Ardbert?
If you recall my tale, it was my comrades and I who caused the flood. We thought our home doomed. And so we listened to the Ascians. Let them guide us to the source, and tried to hasten their goddamned ardor. I remember when we fell, defeated by you and yours. I remember our audience with Minfilia. How she listened to our pleas, and returned our souls to the first. The flood was poised to swallow Norvrant. Minfilia and my friends, they surrendered what little they had left to hold it back. Just faded away, leaving me to bear witness. Tell me, do you know the year? How much time has passed since we caused the flood? A 100 years. 100 long years. My hands find no purchase. My gestures catch no eye, and my pleas, be they whispered or screamed, reach not a single ear. I am a shade, cursed to do naught but drift. I feel as if I've been walking forever. I hardly noticed when my mind and body began to fray at the edges. Then bang! My senses were sharp again. I felt like a fish being reeled in, and before I knew it, I found myself in this room. Why is it that you can see me? What are you even doing here, come to that? You were summoned to save the first. A waste of time. This world is beyond saving, like those who try to save it. Muddled as my mind may be, I've not forgotten that. But if fate has brought me to you, the one person in this God's forsaken world who can see and hear me, then perhaps there is a reason I endured. If I can find out why I was left behind, then maybe I can bring this journey of mine to an end. Well, I'll be watching, Warrior of Light. But do me a favor. Be careful out there. This world has had its fill of heroes.
So at least have a ghostly traveling companion then? That'll show up every now and then?
How did you find your new quarters? I trust you were able to rest.
I had a ghostly visitor.
I was not aware the room was haunted, and you were rather tired. Well, should you receive another visitation, be sure to let me know. Now, let us return to the subject of the Scion's whereabouts. This map shows the lands of Norvrand, the only area to be spared the Flood of Light. The Crystarium is here, in the region known as Lakeland. To the north is the fairy kingdom of Il-Meg. That is where you'll find Urianger. To the east lies the once prosperous civilization of Rak-Tika. Your Stola is stationed there, in the heart of the forest. Alas, neither location can be reached without considerable difficulty.
Great.
As such, I would suggest you first seek out one of the twins, each of whom is stationed but a short flight from the Crystarium.
Yes.
Alphino is on Calusia, an island off the western shore. It is home to a city called Yulmore, where the rich and privileged while away their days in idleness. For his part in furthering our cause, Alphino journeyed there to meet with the citizenry and forge alliances. From what I hear, he has since kept himself busy gathering information around the main settlement. Alize, meanwhile, traveled south to the arid wastes of Armarang. They lie upon the very edge of the inhabitable world, where the Flood of Light was halted. Those who dwell there live in constant fear of attack by the Sin-Eaters. In contrast to her brother, Alize felt that her energies would better be spent learning about the enemy, and thus she sells her services as a guard, both to hone her skills and gather information on our foe. So, will it be Calicia or Armarang? It matters not which you choose to visit first. Simply inform me once you have made your decision, and I will see to it that you are provided with a suitable mount.
Did you mention where Thancred was?
Ah, but you must be wondering
Yeah.
about Thancred. He has taken up with a new companion, and is presently engaged as a wandering hunter of sin eaters. Being ever on the move, his whereabouts are often difficult to ascertain, but I am certain your paths will cross ere long.
He's gonna be the last one we run into then. Got it. Well, pants. I love pants. Okay, best pants as I can get right now. Got it. Alright. Pants are good. Just where again? Which one was this one? Which one was that one? Oh, okay. I can just choose. I feel like Alphino is at least safe where he is at right now. And Alize has thrown herself into the fire, so I'm gonna help Alize right now. Ready to depart for Alize will be overjoyed to see you safe. I know she was particularly concerned for your well-being. She, impressed upon me how regrettable the timing of her summoning was repeatedly. It very much was. I only hope that my part in sending you to her will garner me some measure of forgiveness. Here, this is a letter of introduction addressed to a man named Cassard, the master of a merchant caravan. There are few who know the ways of the desert as well as he does. Find him at the Amaro launch, and he will see that you'll reach your destination. Oh, I can just do both, I guess, huh? I can accept both. I'll accept both, frick it. You will visit Alphino and Colusia then? Excellent. As I mentioned, your destination is an island off the west coast, so you will need a mount suitable for making the journey. Here's a letter of introduction, presented to Zim Jinmai, master of the beasts at Temenos Rookery. He will take care of you. When you see Alphino, be sure to pass on my warmest regards. Okay. Still doing Alize, but I do want at least the option for that to be here. Oh boy, okay. If you come looking for work, I might have a spot for another guard. Black sealed envelope addressed to Cassard. Oh, a friend of the XIV. Hoping to meet someone in Amarong, are you? Then I shall be your guide. I was about to set off for our outpost there, as a matter of fact, so we can leave right away, assuming you have everything you need. Yep, let's go. All set, then off to the unforgiving sands we go. I'm used to unforgiving sands. You now travel to Ariange. Speak with the adroit Amaro Tamer to fly to the desert. You can also use your Aether Compass to assist with locating Aether Currents in new regions. The Aether Compass can be found in the collections. Yay, more Aether Compass. Fine.
Arang. From this parched earth, the nation of Nabath, Arang once rose. When I journeyed here, long ago, I spoke with a sun-weathered elder. He told me Armarang meant majestic land in the language of his people. And so it might still be, were it not for the light's unrelenting onslaught.
No matter how many times I come here, the cold never fails to catch me off guard. The sky might be as bright as the scorching hours of day, but it gets brisk enough to make you shiver. Now the XIV letter said I was to take you to the inn at Journey's Head, which is where this Alizé friend of yours is staying. That's a fair old distance, so I propose we make a stop in Mordsalk to break up the trek, allowing me to attend to some business and you to enjoy the local hospitality. Sound good? Good. Alright, you lot. I'm off. I better not see the goods covered in sand when I get back. Right, we head southwest, straight as an arrow. Need the compass. I'm not used to things wanting to fight me. Stop here a moment. This is your first visit to Marang, is it not? Before you cross the river of sand, you need to turn around and feast your eyes on that. Looks kind of crooked. What am I looking at? Oh. Also, is there... have a single distance attack. Harp. Kinda looks a little crooked. They built them big, didn't they? That's Kaiser Charles. Fortress meant to protect the northern reaches of Nabath Arang. Seeing what was left behind, I believe it's when they say that it was once one of Norvard's mightiest nations. At least until the flood came along. A great chunk of Nabath Arang's lands were lost to the light, its great city included. Few who survived didn't see much point in staying. Most of them, anyway. Not many choose to come these days, not with everything in ruins. Even that hulking great fortress has become little more than an Amaro roost for me and my caravan. But not everywhere is as deserted as this place. Just wait till you see Mordsock. Let's press on, shall we? Ah, I missed it. No. Here we are, Mordsock. By the blessed shadow, I love this town. Sounds as though shows Mordsock, an eager smile on his face. Mordsock. Not just full of Mord, but humans and all manners of others too. It has long been a refuge for folk displaced by the flood, so the population is nothing if not diverse. Oh, have you met Mord before? They might look like shifty little blighters, but a more welcoming lot you could never wish to meet. Speaking of which, we should pay our respect to Master Gen. I'll go ahead and let him know we've arrived. Kobolds. Mono for hire. Actually, before I forget, let me add your name to our register. That way you'll be able to come back here anytime you like. Hello, Gen. That's a kobold.
Master Gen. This is the friend of the Exarch I was telling you about.
Very good, very good. Though friend or no, all are welcome in Mord's.
Souk is Mordish for city. As things stand, this souk boasts the largest and busiest marketplace in all Armorang. You'll find ore from the mines here, of course, but all manner of other things too, many of them rare. As I told you before, not many visit Armorang by choice, but Mord Souk's a different story. Merchants come from miles around to purchase the relics the Mord dig up.
Aye, that they do. For Mord do not dismiss the spoils of the earth. We clean them and polish them and reveal to the world their true value. That is why they come here, come from far away, come with much money. And so our souk is always busy, busy, busy. No such thing as a thing no one needs.
You say that every time, Master Gen. Some sort of family motto, wasn't it? Or perhaps a Maud philosophy, for which we should all be very grateful. Would that everyone was so willing to take in refugees regardless of race or creed. Now then, if you intend to spend any time here, you'll want to gain the trust of the locals. And there's a little custom all newcomers are expected to observe.
The cracking of the coin purse. You buy one thing from the market. Price can be low or high, just as long as you buy.
As the good Maud says. In fact, the Exarch sent a little something to cover this very expense. A Verbert gold piece, no less. The first I've held in years.
Verbert gold? Real Verbert gold?
Here, newcomer, crack your coin purse with me.
Oh no, you want my goods, newcomer? I have jars and pots all smooth and shiny.
Over here!
Come and look.
You buy, you buy.
Goodness.
Enough of that! Calm, I say! This one must still journey through the barrens. Nothing bulky, nothing heavy, no pots. Nothing better for the road than a full belly. Spend that piece at Ronron's place, yes? Eat for 3 before you leave.
Alright, I think I will leave it here then for now. That's because time is passing and I must get ready for work. However, this is very interesting. I'm glad my friends are for the most part okay so far. Even if they have been in here for frickin' years at this point now, some of them. And it is interesting to see a world like where again, they may talk about balance and everything between the light and the dark. You now see what the overabundance of light can do, I guess, to a place. The Great Flood. I'm eager to explore this land more now, too, and to experience the story of Shadowbringers. So, thank you again, Lucian. Thank you again, Vanilla, for chatting with me. Thanks, Broski, for lurking and chatting with me a little bit near the end here. I hope that you all enjoyed, and I hope to see you again next weekend. Well, I mean, I guess, yeah, weekend, technically, I suppose. Not mine. Today's my Friday, but, yeah. Anyway, until next time, thank you again. And I hope to see y'all next time. Bye, everybody.